This series has some of the most epic adventure games that have been running for 30 years straight, with every Nintendo console having a Zelda game in S tier ranking. It's time to narrow down the 10 greatest games of the Legend of Zelda series. Number 10, The Legend of Zelda. The first game in the series to start out your quest to save Hyrule and reclaim the Triforce. You'll be going through dungeons, solving puzzles, and taking on daunting boss fights. There's a sense of discovery and emphasis on exploration, and you'll have one of the best games on the NES. Number 9, Link's Awakening, an action-adventure game on the Game Boy Color, where once again it's up to you to figure out how to progress further. A versatile Link, you can jump and always have to return to your inventory to lift boulders. This game is way too complicated for a handheld, but that's the brilliance behind it. Number 8, Oracle of Seasons. In this installment, Link must manipulate the weather to solve puzzles, and there's plenty of content and a callback to the original bosses. The challenges and story mode make this a must-play Zelda game. Later on, Link gets surprisingly versatile and ambitious Game Boy Color game. Number 7, A Link Between Worlds. One of the many budget-friendly games to add to your 3DS library, with puzzles this time around that are fun to solve, and a reimagined version of A Link to the Past. You're able to go from dungeon after dungeon in any order you choose, but how you get there is up to you to figure out. Number 6, Twilight Princess, a much darker Zelda game that gets a lot done with faster gameplay and a long story that takes you through many different parts of Hyrule, like the desert, the snowy mountains. The land is massive this time, and the much darker tone really adds to the overall experience. Number 5, A Link to the Past, an action-adventure game on a Super Nintendo that's fast-paced with so much content, exploring both sides of Hyrule to the Dark World with tougher enemy encounters, longer dungeons, and epic boss fights. The greatest 2D Zelda game of all time. Number 4, Wind Waker. With the new and improved graphics, fans were disappointed to see the art style they went with. However, it came a long way and aged surprisingly well, sailing across the vast sea to find dungeons, secrets, and a flight of Hyrule with a plot twist and climactic finale for an epic adventure. Number 3, Majora's Mask. This game is weird, but in a good way. The Land of Terra makes best use of the expansion pack, with plenty of memorable characters in an expansive world with tons of side quests, along with challenging gameplay. This is a must-play game because it still incorporates what makes Zelda so brilliant. Number 2, Breath of the Wild. This time around, Hyrule is massive. You aren't told much with an emphasis on exploration and discovery. You'll need to hunt down every last shrine in order to progress further, partake in some epic quests, and once again save Hyrule. It's a return to form, and it turned out surprisingly well. Number 1, Ocarina of Time. One of the greatest games of all time. This is a true classic with memorable dungeons, characters, and set pieces. This game defines the action-adventure genre. It's nothing more than just an epic adventure, traveling to many different parts of Hyrule, solving puzzles, and getting more epic the further you progress. It's without a doubt the best Zelda game of all time. Thanks for watching, and all credits and rights go to Nintendo.